It's time to leave my comfort zone, literally. Ultrahuman sent me the Ring Air a while ago and I've been testing it ever since. Despite its size, there is a lot to cover in this video and I probably won't be able to cover all aspects, so I do encourage you to make use of the comment section to ask any other questions that you may have, and hopefully I or someone from the community can answer. First things first, it is a smart ring and the technology in it is massively impressive considering how small it is. I can put it side by side with my current wedding band and it is no larger than that, so the amount of technology that they've squeezed into this tiny thing has been impressive. I've actually been using it as my wedding band and no one has said anything or noticed. They've pretty much seen, okay, he's just wearing a new ring. They've actually said nothing at all. And that's how cool it is, because it can literally just fit into your life and off you go. First and foremost, it is a fitness product, and the me of 10-15 years ago would have got a lot more use out of it than the me of today that's mostly stuck in his studio. So please bear that in mind as we go through the review, but I have tried to cover every single point. Now, I cannot do my usual, this is the design, this is a specification, because I feel that that would be pointless. I will, however, say on the design that it's very sleek. I've already mentioned how small it is and you can see how small it is. But what we need to establish most importantly is what is it, what does it do, or what can it do, who is it for, and should you buy one? Starting off with the what it is, obviously it's a smart ring, just in the same way that you would have a smart watch. However, this doesn't have a display and there are some features of a smartwatch that don't exist in the ring. Moving on to what it does, it gives you important health information and tracks and stores that information for analysis. The type of information is things like steps, estimated calorie consumption, heart rate, and skin temperature. More importantly, it takes that data and represents it into consumable information like stress levels, sleep score, your deep sleep as an example, your resting heart rate, your heart rate variance, dynamic recovery score, and more. The great part about the information is you can interpret an action yourself, or the app interprets it for you in the form of notifications and passively assists you in suggesting when you should sleep, when you should avoid stimulants like coffee, energy drinks, etc., and even sends you a monthly report with information that you actually want. Next is who it's for. Now, naturally, this is going to lean more towards sportsmen and sportswomen, but it's for anybody that actually wants to monitor their health. I can honestly see, and please note that this is my opinion, this is not a medical opinion, but this information being shared with a doctor. It would be great if this was a medical certified device, but however, a doctor could see what your sleeping patterns are, what your heart rate has been, what your temperature's been, and if he's making a diagnosis and looking into your past health or past habits, it will help him make better diagnosis and medical judgment. However, again, that is just purely speculative opinion. Now, the first thing that a lot of people have said is they've made comparisons with other smart devices. So what I've done is created a Q&A, call it for myself, for you, in order for me to best critique the product. The first thing is my smartwatch can do this all already, and that's correct. However, this is a lot smaller and a lot less invasive. Obviously, if you need to constantly monitor and look at a digital display, a smartwatch is going to serve you better. However, if you want something light that is not going to impede you on your different sports activities or in your daily life, this is then worth a consideration. Personally, I do feel that the data interpretation on this app is a lot better than what I've seen, but that is objective. The next thing is the battery life isn't very long, and this is also true. It lasts about 7 days, and this is not optimal, which means that you are going to have to charge it quite frequently. The only thing I can say to that is it is what it is, because if you are diving with it, especially in cold waters, it is going to last a lot less, because batteries last less when they're exposed to colder climates. But just charge it more often. If this is an impeding factor for you, then you are going to have to consider something else. Next is it's extremely expensive at around about 6,000 Rand in South Africa. The dollar price I'll put over here. Well, duh, it's new technology. As soon as new technology comes out, it is going to be expensive until it's actually produced on a larger scale. Then it will become cheaper. Just like when the first cell phone came out, it was large, it was actually massive. I remember those things that you had to hold like that. The battery lasted for a day, if that, and look how far we've come. So early adoption does come with risks, but also comes with rewards, especially if you need the data that this produces. The next thing for South Africans is it's not on Discovery yet. So that means the benefits that you get with a smartwatch in workout tracking, you're not going to get with this. This could change in the future, but I cannot say this with definite authority. I don't know, so this might change, it might not. Some side notes that I've made before we move on to the conclusion is your battery use is about 15 to 20% per day. Next, on the actual design, it is made of tungsten, and I've knocked it into walls and a few other things, and it hasn't left a scratch. It hasn't left a scratch or a blemish on it just yet. The next thing is that it incorporated into my life quite nicely. I hardly notice that I'm wearing it anymore, and the information that comes through from the app is really great. It tells me, hey, you should go to sleep earlier tonight. So maybe not from a fitness perspective, but from a holistic health perspective, it's definitely helped me improve my sleep as well as avoid, caffeine at certain hours, which has been really great for an app to gently remind me or to tell me, hey, this is best practice, this is what you should be doing or trying to fix. The app has really great info, like zones where you can compare with your friends. The sleep is obviously for me a game changer. There are also lessons like meditations, workouts, breathing program, which are amazing. And it even has a marathon program, which takes you through the steps of what you need to do in order to get prepared for running a marathon. But for the marathon part, it is best to pair this with the biosensor so that you can measure those aspects as well. In conclusion, I really liked it, but it is definitely a personal decision as to whether you want it. It is going to be for people that want something less invasive and want the information, or for people that want the information that the Ring gives that they're not currently getting from their smartwatch. Another great thing is that Ultrahuman take criticism very well. For example, when I approached them and I said, look, your front page needs to take off these adverts and refer a friend because I just want to see the information. They took that information and said, we're going to make the changes because they want the product to work for the consumer. So in that front, I think it's really great because even since I've actually done this review or since I received the Ring, there's been an announcement that Stravia is now integrating with Ultrahuman. So there's definitely a lot of innovation still taking place. The last comment that I wanted to make is just a funny thought that I had, in that a wife could actually use this ring as a present to be very suggestive to their husband that they want them to go and exercise, because you can kind of weigh up the cost of this versus a wedding ring. Obviously, a lot of wedding rings are going to be a lot cheaper, but depending on what you're going for, you can actually use it because it's tungsten and it will last long, waterproof and all that. I didn't mention that, but it's completely waterproof and I bath with it every single day. Yes, I bath and shower, but it hasn't given me any issues whatsoever. It's been really impressive. There are obviously critiques that one could make, but overall, I think it's great innovation, and I think that there's a lot of great things to come from Ultrahuman. Hope you enjoyed the video. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers. Goodbye.